Hi, this is Doug and Cindy. Welcome to Help Me Help Mama 5cast. Today we're going to be talking about some typical estate planning documents. These are not the only ones, these are just a few. But let's start with one of the more important ones, which is?
The financial power of attorney.
Yes, very important.
This is where you name an agent, or maybe a successor agent, and then maybe another successor agent to make financial decisions for you in the event of your incapacity.
You know, we've been practicing law for years and been talking about how important this is for years, but almost every week we see someone who needed a power of attorney, doesn't have a power of attorney. A lot of times they bring mom or dad in after it's too late, after they lose capacity.
It's too late then.
Too late.
When you turn 18 is the perfect time.
Yeah, when our kids were 18, they
Yes.
signed a power of attorney because, I mean, you're a legal adult and it's important to have this where you authorize someone else to make legal decisions for you if you can't do that yourself. Very important, even between husband and wives. A lot of times
Absolutely.
a wife will assume, well, I know what he wants, I can just do that, and then they find out the hard way. We've seen a lot of them just hit the wall. They didn't have a power of attorney, so it's a very important document to have.
And just because you sign a power of attorney does not mean that you lose the opportunity to act on your own behalf. It doesn't take those rights away from you. Next is the healthcare documents. The most important one that I think is the most important is the healthcare power of attorney, where you name other people to make healthcare decisions for you in the event that you can't.
And these are called different terms in different states. Some states is like a healthcare proxy, but the point is you appoint someone else,
Right.
maybe one of your kids, and another one as a backup or someone else, like Cindy said, to make any healthcare decision. Now, this is not necessarily the pull the plug decision. This is just if you're just sick or had a stroke. My mom had a stroke, and for the last 2 years of her life, I was her agent under her health care power of attorney and made health care decisions almost every week for her. Another document along these same lines is
Private
a
living
private
will.
living will, and that is the pull the plug document where you say, if I'm terminal or irreversible or permanently unconscious, then you tell in our state it's the attending physician that can say whether to disconnect life support system, but sometimes it can be tied together with your healthcare power of attorney, so the agent you appoint there, maybe your spouse or one of the kids, would have to meet with the doctor, agree with the doctor, and doctors want this anyway. Doctors don't want to be responsible for pulling the plug on you. They want to visit with your kids, and they want this to be more of a family decision, as it should be. And so HIPAA is another one. HIPAA is a privacy document.
Right.
Who do you want having access to your protected medical records? And this privacy thing is it's law to start with, but it's becoming more and more strictly enforced. And if you go to a doctor's office, medical clinic, or hospital, you sign a HIPAA authorization each place, each time, but you need one usually in the file in your legal documents in case you can't sign. Like my mom just had a stroke, and then after that she couldn't sign anything, so it's good to have one of these up front.
And two others that are really important is the POLST, physician ordered life sustaining treatment, which is new in our state, and most of the healthcare people don't know about it. It combines the healthcare power of attorney with the doctor's orders, so the doctor kind of helps say what the person wants with the person's input, and then puts that in an order, and then the DNR.
The do not resuscitate order, which is signed by a doctor, as it should be. That's an important medical decision. You need to have this discussion with your doctor. It's different for every person, and should you have a DNR in your file, or should your parents have one, they need to have this discussion with their primary care physician. So, a couple of other things in the last few seconds. Dispositive documents, either a will or a trust. The biggest difference, a will passes assets at your death, but usually goes through probate. A lot of people would want to avoid. A revocable living trust helps you avoid probate if you want to protect assets, and you got time to do it, like 5 years in our state. You can put them in an irrevocable trust if it's done properly, and you have to get with an elder law or estate planning attorney that knows what they're doing to put assets in an irrevocable trust so they'll be protected and not be available if your spouse goes to a nursing home down the road. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching today. This Help Me Help Mama 5 cast. Hope you're having a great week. We'll see you in the next video.